be about?
Michael got off.
Yeah.
I've never seen Stench skip.
The man skips like a gazelle.
Really? You think so?
Yeah, it's a thing of beauty.
Like skipping like an elephant.
No, it's a thing of beauty to behold.
No, it's like an elephant. Dun, 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 dun. Anyway, yeah, Michael's off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every single count.
That's shocking to me. It is. I didn't think he would be off.
I was surprised when they deliberated so long that he wasn't guilty, but in the beginning, I was positive this guy's not guilty. But when they started deliberating forever, I thought, uh-oh.
Oh, I didn't say he wasn't guilty. I said he got off.
Right.
Well, actually, one of the jurors, if you remember, said, pretty
he's
much.
Probably a child.
He's probably a molester. I just couldn't do it without a reasonable doubt.
Right. Just couldn't do it on this kid and his mom.
So does he sleep with kids again?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a molester.
Yeah, he's going to go to a foreign country and do this until his heart's content. And,
you think?
Oh, yeah, he'll just move out of the country.
He's going to move to Cambodia?
I don't know where. He said that if he got acquitted, he'd move out of the country. That was his big thing.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, at least that's what he was saying early on. So
They said on the news today that he'll probably do a tour, but not here, in some of the countries where he's still wildly popular.
Because he needs to pay off that big old lawyer bill.
Yeah, he sure does.
Did they say how much that was?
No, but they said that. They said that he might do it just to pay off his legal fees.
Well, they say that not all, because, by the way, I would live like the queen of the world, but his Sony music collection, or whatever that is, makes him about $10 million a year. But unfortunately, if you add up all his expenses, it doesn't cover it.
No, they said it costs him $1 million a week to live.
Yeah, that doesn't cover it.
isn't that amazing? $1 million a week to live.
I can't imagine to live. I mean,
isn't like 1.5 a month for Neverland Ranch alone, just operation?
Is that right?
Something
like
crazy
that.
like that, yeah.
I can't imagine. I mean, I can't fathom it. I can't fathom spending $1 million in 1 week. I don't even know if I could.
I mean, you
I'd
only
have
have
to
10
go to
fingers for jewelry.
Rob report and buy like one of those
Everything in
watches
it.
that's like $10 million.
Remember Brewster's Millions?
It's his entourage.
Who's that?
It was
That
that
bad
movie
movie.
with Richard Pryor.
Oh, God,
where he had
Jack.
to spend a certain amount of
Dude,
money.
he has an
50
umbrella
million.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does have
I mean,
an
there's a
umbrella.
guy on salary that just carries that umbrella around for
You
money.
need to see if you can get that.
I would fire the umbrella guy almost first. You can carry your own umbrella, Mike.
No, I'd try to get that gig.
The umbrella
Hey,
man?
dear Mike, I'd like to be your umbrella man.
I don't know, man. I mean, I'd have to be pretty out of work to carry the umbrella for Michael Jackson.
I'd
That's
do
my
it for
job.
like a couple $100,000 a year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, great. But he's a bitch to work for.
Yeah, but then, okay, and then he goes with 4 SUVs everywhere he goes because
Right.
he's
I saw
got such
that.
an entourage. All those people are paid.
Oh yeah. Well, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The Nation of Islam guys are paid.
And maids and cooks and gardeners and I imagine mechanics to keep up the rides and
Nah, they probably don't get
the
inspections.
petting zoo.
Yeah, they're not smogged.
Yeah. Yeah, I bet they haven't been inspected in a while.
But I mean, just like to keep it up because they break down.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was just kind of kidding, but I'm
I
sure.
wonder what's in the petting zoo.
Just that chimp.
No, I imagine Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, Webster.
Yeah, you just walk in, 50 cents, you get to pet Webster.
Macaulay said he didn't touch me.
I don't know.
I don't believe Macaulay.
You don't? I
No.
believe Macaulay.
I don't think he would want to be the guy who was molested by
I don't
Michael
either.
Jackson, so he has to cover it up.
I think he would know that that's
Yeah.
all he would become.
Right.
That's a smudge.
Wouldn't you be mad enough, though, to testify against the guy if he touched you when you were a kid?
I think some people, the shame, and especially since he's a public person, he wouldn't want that stigma on him. You know,
Yeah.
he's still trying to be out there and act. He had that Party Monster movie.
Yeah, I
not
saw-
long
that was a
ago.
good movie.
It wasn't that bad, yeah, but
Didn't that other kid, the kid that got to 20 million the first time in 92, 93, I think moved to France.
He did?
Took his money and left. He's an adult now and he's not even... That's a thing to live with.
Yeah,
Everyone knowing you're the molested kid.
Here
Why
comes
is
the
everybody-
molester. Nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
Why does everybody move to France? What's happening in France that's so cool?
Awesome.
Wine.
Yeah.
Fine.
And
That's
cheese.
not even what they're known for.
I don't know. I
They're
hate
known
France.
for cheese and linens and perfume.
I hate France.
No,
And
they're
it-
known for wine.
yeah,
Bordeaux, France.
I'm being cowardly.
and champagne,
Yeah.
right?
No champagne.
And letting the Germans walk
But-
right in.
Yeah, you're
Also-
not allowed to call it champagne unless it came from some part
Yeah,
of
right.
it.
Champagne
Otherwise,
France,
it's
right?
right. Otherwise,
Right.
it's sparkling
Sparkling
wine.
crap.
That's why I call it champagne.
And in the news today, 40% of French men wish they could have babies.
What was
Yeah.
it?
Yeah, I just saw that the most random thing that 40% of French men wish they could have babies.
I thought you said 40% of men wish they could have French babies.
No, the other way around. French men wish they could have
No
babies.
man wants to have a French baby.
They
I don't know
wanna
many
carry the
people
baby.
that want to have a baby, but
Oh, they
I don't
wanna
know
carry
anybody.
it.
Yes.
They wanna
That's what
carry
I mean. Like, have babies.
in the
Well,
womb.
okay.
You go ahead, Frenchie.
Yeah.
While watching your Jerry Lewis movie, you go gestate.
Well, I'm going to move over there and have babies with Frenchmen. At least they'll be a little more sympathetic because they want to be it. You
Right.
know?
Right.
Most
No,
men
they'll
are
be-
like, hey, glad it's not me.
They'll be jealous bitches.
Well, yeah, but at least they'll have some sympathy instead of, hey, glad it's not me.
I don't know. I don't want any French guy waiting on me.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's just a fast one, and just give me your answer as to what would happen. If all of a sudden you guys switch sides, sleeping on each other side or whatever, and you have an alarm clock on your side, and now it's got to go to your new side,
Right.
and let's say you moved Gretchen's alarm clock to her new side,
Right.
would you just unplug it and set it on her new side, or would you unplug it, set it on her new side, and set the time?
Of course, I'd set the time.
Jack?
I'd set the time.
Stench?
I know where this is going.
Yeah, me too.
I refuse to answer this question on the grounds it may incriminate someone I know.
No, I'm just asking. I'm not asking about anybody. I'm just saying.
I would, of course, set the time.
Of course you
And
set
why do
the
you say,
time.
of course?
To me, strict because I know how important it is to me that I have to have one that my life revolves around.
No.
alarm
I
clocks.
mean, it's that night. I mean, you're not even going to bed yet.
No,
Still, but
if
my
you
life
unplug
revolves
it,
around a clock.
Yeah. If you
It's-
unplug it and you have to move it,
It's
when
one of the
you-
most impolite things I
Yeah.
ever
In
heard
fact,
of.
I have batteries in all of my clocks so that if they, power goes out, they stay on. So that when I plug them back in, they stay on because clocks are vital to me.
So you wouldn't just assume, I don't, because this to me says a statement, oh, the bitch will get it.
A, I am the bitch's alarm clock I call. But if somebody had moved my alarm clock and didn't set the time, I would think, oh, I don't want to do this because I don't want
That they
anybody
take
to
it for
hate
granted.
I would think you flat out don't love me.
Oh.
I would think that she'll get it.
See, I would think she'll never notice. She'll seep through her gig, and I don't care about her.
No, it wasn't that I wouldn't notice that somebody wouldn't notice that the alarm wasn't set. It was blinking 12.
Yeah, that's a huge dick move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's bad.
It's bad.
Whoever this person is a total ass.
Doesn't like the person, right?
No, it's not.
Doesn't
It's
care.
not that. It's just a either dumbass move or an insensitive move.
Or
one
they
the
just
other.
think, I don't have to do anything. She'll do it all.
Yeah, I don't want to touch the alarm clock. Get all weird.
Well, they touched the alarm clock when they moved it.
Yeah, I mean, the time isn't a hard thing to set.
I'm trying to throw
Why
him
are
a
you
bone.
switching sides though? That throws everybody just in.
It's not me. It's just a hypothetical
All
question.
right, why would this person want to even switch sides? Stay on your, keep your sides. Once you've set that domain, that.
Then you sleep in your side.
Because I'll tell you this: if I switch sides right now, I would smack my wife in the face when the alarm went off. Because that's where it would be on that side.
I don't have alarm clocks on anybody's side. They're out of the way, so I have to get up and
Well,
go
let's
get
just
them.
say you moved a clock anywhere in the house. And
Yeah,
you-
I would not. I would set the time and the alarm for what time it was originally set for.
Yeah.
Interesting. You listened to the show yesterday. First of all, there was this whole thing. You know how we send Gig out to places and try to get him on television? Which,
Sure.
by the way, we should absolutely do today, Jack. We have to find out what KTLA is today. Because Gig's looking good today.
He is looking all
he's
sharp.
Looking,
I
looking
noticed that.
spiffy. So it's our handsome Gig. Anyway, and so all of a sudden, I don't know how it even went down, but a photographer from Entertainment Tonight, a film guy,
Right.
whatever, cameraman, hello. Anyway, saw a Gig and said, hey, we'd love to have you on. We see that you're out here at the Michael Jackson thing, interviewing people, blah, blah, blah. And Gig's like, oh, cool, I work at Star. And he goes, well, all I need you to do is have somebody from the radio station call and verify to our publicist or to somebody, this number, that you do, in fact, work for Star, because we don't want to say it if you don't.
Right.
Makes sense. So Monica calls.
I'm in so far, by the way.
Yeah.
I think this is all great.
So Monica calls Entertainment Tonight, or what's the other name of
The
it?
Insider.
The Insider. And this lady just starts going off on Monica saying, we've been waiting for this. You guys finally will get what you deserve. Finally, you need us. Monica's like, oh, we don't need you. We were just supposed to call to verify this.
We want a guy jumping up and down like a spaz.
Yeah, we don't want you to like interview him. That's not our goal with Gig. hey, do we have goals with Gig?
Yeah, for him to jump up and down like a spaz.
Right. So she's
That's
like,
our entire goal with Gig.
this is, we finally been waiting to get you guys back. All this stuff, just horrific to Monica from what I understand.
Okay.
And, you know, I was just told this. I wasn't privy to it. I just know what I was told.
Right.
So, you know, what we have to do then is obviously bring up what caused all this. She said that we brought up all the Pat O'Brien tapes and that we played them and we were the first people and how dare us. And then my rebuttal to that was yesterday, if Pat O'Brien knew about a guy named Pat O'Brien that was hosting such a show,
Right.
he would report on it.
Of course he would.
And if he had the tapes, the audio, he would report on it.
Absolutely.
So because she's
By
so...
the way, they were on CNN.
Yeah, I know. I mean, Larry King and Dr. Phil and all this. So, you know, here's the only thing that we can do is obviously, since she's so very upset and we feel like we don't know what came up the side of our head and hit us, because why are you yelling at us?
Right, especially little Monica.
Yeah. And so this, of course, is our duty then, Danny.
Saved message Sunday, 8:34 p.m.
Hey, it's me. I'm so into you. And you have to pay attention to Betsy, but let's have fun. I want to you and you and suck you and watch you, Betsy, and lick your I'm so
Oh,
It's
yeah.
incredible. Check this message and then just say to me,
Yes.
Yes.
yes. And kids can watch us. Let's just have fun. I'm so hot. And I don't do this for a living. It's just like new to me.
I don't do that for a living.
That's what it sure sounds like he
He
says.
doesn't do it for a living, Dane, just so you know. He just does it once in a while and not for a living.
Right. It's a hobby.
Yes. But he's going to get some hookers and some coke and get crazy.
Right.
Yeah. And Betsy, I'd like to hear from Betsy.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think...
Nobody knows who Betsy is or where Betsy is. I'd love to talk to that Betsy. I feel
believe
kind of bad for her.
Betsy's a girl he stole from someone else, isn't she?
I have no idea who Betsy
Yeah,
is.
I'm not quite sure who Betsy is. I think it's his wife or girlfriend.
So obviously, you guys, until this matter is cleared up, and this is it Lisa Summer Sausage?
Yes.
Lisa Somersault, Summer Sausage, whatever her name is, until she calls and either explains herself or we finally got you back, all this stuff, then, you know, it will be our duty to play this
I think I understand completely.
until something is resolved because, you know, what do we have to lose?
Yeah, we're hard to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, don't scream at Monica and say we finally been waiting for this. What? Huh? It really makes no sense to me still.
Oh, I understand her motive. I just don't understand how she thought it was going to hurt us.
Yeah, but finally, blah, we're never going to put Gig on the air. And we've been waiting for you guys to need us, and now we got you, and we're not going to do it. And okay.
Okay.
Well,
She got us. Gig will never be on the insider.
damn it.
Gig will never be jumping up and down behind like their third string reporter.
Damn it.
The one they have to send out because it's a bitchin' weather day.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's kidding. He's just trying to do an example.
What?
I'm sure that made him kind of feel bad. Third string, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, it has nothing to do with
Gig
Gig.
is our
the
first
guy.
string
Yeah.
back of the scenes
Oh.
guy.
It's
news
the insider's
outlet
third
that
string
he
guy that has to go out and cover
I'm
a story
sorry.
on a street corner.
I have a concussion. I misunderstand. Oh.
Call.
Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if they have that empty feeling. Oh, we were talking about, well, Stench asked the question off the air. What do you do now that you moved to Santa Maria? What, you quit your
Quit your job.
Yeah. And it's all over now. And to me, it's maybe that same feeling of you prepare for a year for your wedding, and then you walk down the aisle and you're like, excuse me, can this not be over yet?
Did anybody else think when they said, we asked the jurors what they were going to do after the verdict was in, did anybody think they were going to say going to Disneyland? I totally thought they were going to say, we're going to Disneyland. I don't know why I thought it, but I thought it.
No, I thought that it was a shame that they weren't honest, because I thought somebody go, well, I'm going to, try to exploit this for all it's worth and make millions.
Well, we know that at least one guy's got a book deal.
Oh, he does?
No, okay, he got busted. You can't have a book deal It takes 90 days after the case so you can even start that crap. And one guy got a book deal, and they asked Sneeden about it in his press conference, and he said, we found out about it, and we took care of it appropriately. So
so his book deal is dashed.
they had to do something bad to that guy because that was breaking the rules.
And you think they kind of screwed themselves because the book deal for the unguilty verdict not as good as if they had convicted him.
Well, and not only that,
absolutely.
I feel like they screwed themselves because they shouldn't have talked.
Right.
You know,
Hold on and then get like the paid interviews and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, because they all just spewed right away, and nobody got any cashish for it. And if they all were telling their separate stories privately,
Right, but there's always one guy that's going to talk just to talk.
yeah, but they really did an open forum where now we don't have to pay.
Yeah, and then they're all together. They all sat down and press conference. Got any questions?
I know, it was really odd. I was like, wow, okay, well, it's good for us. I don't mind.
Yeah, I don't want to wait to buy a book. I
Yeah.
would never buy a book about the Michael Jackson trial.
Coolest thing I heard yesterday on the way, I'd heard there was a verdict, so I turned on the radio. I'm in the car on my way home.
And you called me.
Yeah, I called you, tell you listen to the damn thing. And I'm listening to KFI. They had a reporter down in the midst of the fans, and the fans are doing a circle prayer.
Oh, yeah.
And they got pissed at her and like threw her out of the prayer. And she's like, they're doing a prayer and you can hear the prayer. And then she goes, okay, I'm getting really, really bad looks. Oh, okay. And then she has to tell them, no, I'm a reporter. I'm live on the air. And she goes, okay, I have to get away from here.
Wow.
And they got away from her and she like had to get away from the Michael crazies.
Well, one guy kept mentioning 3 names of newscasters, female, and I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them.
Diane Diamond is the one they
Who's
really
she?
want. She was a lady that used to host
Yeah.
it's not Current Affair, but a show like that. And then she became, after 1992, like the official authority on Michael Jackson and the molestation cases. And she's like the expert
What
that
channel
knows
is she on?
everything. God, I don't even know what show she's on now. She may be independent
They
now.
hate her.
Yeah, she's the one that they
Now, why
hate.
do they hate her?
I don't know. The one spokesman kept saying, on behalf of Michael Jackson's family, I'm telling you that Diane Diamond, she had him prosecuted before the trial even started.
Now, I did not know that the verdict was in. I went home and went to bed, and Gretchen got me up to go to a meeting last night. And so I checked my phone messages, and one message said this: you celebrities never go to jail. And that's how I figured, Michael Jackson must have been exonerated.
Oh, my God, that's funny. Well, I was in a little tube going, meh, meh, mo, 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 meh. I was in car alarm hell.
Right.
In a tiny little tube.
MRI?
I got an MRI and I got a CT scan. And, but man, you'd think they could put a freaking car on Mars. They can't tone that sucker down.
They put a car on Mars?
Yeah, remember the Mars
Rover.
The rover.
rover, yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah, a car on Mars.
I don't know. If you drove that down the freeway, you'd get looks.
I don't know if you can license it, really.
See?
I'm not sure if it's sturdy enough for insurance purposes.
But you'd think they'd have headphones.
No, they can't because it's magnetic.
Yeah, it'd suck you right off your head.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, because remember that story where they left 2 oxygen tanks in the room and turned on the MRI machine, and then they sucked up to the machine and
Killed that
squished
guy.
that guy?
No, I don't remember that, but it's bitching.
That's
I'm sorry
why-
about the dead guy.
That's why you have to take off all the metal.
That's a
and stuff.
strong magnet.
Except for, it must not be that strong, because here's what I understand. I go, I have a permanent retainer in my bottom teeth.
Right?
Are my teeth going to be yanked out of my head and stuck to the top?
Right, and I have 100 fillings
And he said it'll
and
be
only
fine.
32 teeth.
That's weird.
Actually, I'd probably have about 28 teeth.
He said that'll be fine. So my teeth didn't suck out. But I'll tell you what, all last night I tasted metal. And I was a little loopy or
Oh,
something
did they
weird.
shoot you up with that stuff? Oh, because I know when they shoot you up with
that sucks.
that stuff, you get that metal taste.
I think they just pulled off the varnish on my retainer or something.
No.
I don't know. It's all metally. Anyway, but I was thinking about this. So I have some issues with jumping off of a cliff.
Right?
It was stupid. I understand that. First of all, he said, why did I go to work yesterday? And then he said, you really need to take a couple days off. And he's like, you just need to be rested and quiet. And I started to laugh. And I said, even if I take a couple days off, I'm not going to be quiet or rested.
I fully expected when I checked my answering machine this morning to have a call from Stench saying, don't come in.
I know.
Shows
When
off
I
today.
called her, it was like, hey, what's going on? How you doing? I was waiting to hear, call back and say, oh, doctor said I can't come to work. I've got a punctured lung.
I know. That's what I thought was going to happen. But he's like, you really just take 2 days off. And, he's like, you have so much bruising and all this crap, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I just sat there on my ass.
How do you?
He's
sit
like,
on
how
that
did you
bruise?
sit?
Yeah, exactly.
And then he asked me if I
I do
wanted.
the whole show standing on my head.
He wanted to know if I wanted pain medication, and I was like, no, you know what? With what Danny's gone through, I don't think it'd be cool to go in there all, pain medication out. And he goes, wow, you're like one of the few that's ever been offered pain medicine and says no. Are you sure you didn't hit your head?
I'm with the doctor.
Anyway, so I forgot what. Oh, I know. So here's the thing. I was thinking about this, because I have a jacked up neck or whatever, and I was thinking how we buy like insoles or the best shoes ever for your feet,
Right.
just these little tiny pieces of feet. We get all this stuff for your feet. We get, back support, lumbar seating, all this crap.
There's a whole store called the Relax the Back store.
Right. But, it's pretty scary that there's only like about 4 inches that hold on your face and your brain.
What?
Your neck.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's
yeah.
about 4 inches and it holds on your face and your brain
Yeah.
to your whole entire body and it's your whole existence. And this 4 inches holds it all together, basically.
Unless you're Nancy O'Dell, and then it's about 11 inches.
Yeah, exactly. But, it holds on your face, it holds on your brain, and it connects everything together pretty much.
Yep.
But yeah, it seems like we don't do really that much to protect it.
No, but rehab, there was a counselor there who, while drunk, jumped and dove into a lake, broke her neck.
Yeah,
Just diving into a lake.
and it wasn't a catcher or a referee or whatever. They didn't get those neck things, until somebody got hit in the throat with a baseball and it killed them. I'm like, we've been doing all these cool things with feet and different kinds of high-tech tennis shoes and all that stuff. And those suckers are pretty much just flat and they get you around.
Right.
But this is 4 inches of like really important crap that we don't protect.
See, if you'd have died, they'd have invented something, and it would be named the Jamie White Neck Protector.
Well, I want to get one in my car.
Like Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah.
His didn't work either.
No, he didn't. He wouldn't wear one. They had him, and now they have to wear them since Dale Earnhardt hit that wall, and his head popped off the stem. Is what happened. And
Yeah,
killed
that
him.
is what
See,
happened.
the 4 inches holding them.
Yeah. Now they have the straps so that can't happen.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you had really big rear view mirrors so you could see, so you didn't have to turn. But if you had just like a little nice prop to hold it up and, because.
Protect yourself at all times.
Yeah, I just think that like they should make shirts that have neck supports in them.
Like mock turtlenecks, except they're full of steel.
Yeah, because I have like 4 bulging discs and I have inflammation and swelling of my cervical spine.
See, I actually saw this in a movie.
That's the space between your head and your shoulders.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
You could die.
Not cervix, but
Yeah, you were
cervical.
close to being really
Yeah.
screwed up.
But that's the thing. So here's the deal. So I have all that crap going on between here. Well, I really need like shirts with steel in them, like Danny said.
Yeah, I like that.
Shirts of steel.
And I've seen it in a movie, so it can be done.
Well, yeah, they put shoulder pads in them.
No, this girl was going to be, she knew this killer was coming to get her, and he threw this garrote on her neck and started to kill her, and she was going, ah, 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 ah. And when he thought she was dead, then she got up and shot him, and then she flips up her turtleneck, and there's a big steel collar in there.
See, that's what I need. What,
That is
Jack?
what we
Good idea, or just quit jumping off cliffs.
Don't be
Bingo!
an idiot, Jack.
But Jack, they make all this stuff for your feet and,
No,
and
I understand, but
for boobs. I mean, I was 12 and they decided that needed support.
right. But how many times have you had neck injuries before you started jumping off
But
cliffs?
my point is
Not
that,
the point, Jack.
yes, Jack. My point is at 12, they told me I needed to support these little nubbies that were supposed to be called boobs. And it was very important to support them all my life. But nobody said, hey, you have 4 inches holding on your face and your brain. You might want to support that.
Would you ever refer to me as?
If
Would you ever
jump
refer to
off a
me?
cliff, you would have been fine.
Would you ever refer to me as an athlete?
No.
Well, I wear an athletic supporter.
Exactly. That's the other thing you guys get. How come they
wearing it
don't
right
sell
now.
bras for your neck or athletic supporters for your neck?
Yeah,
Dude, they
Jack.
make neck braces if you want to.
But
wear
I mean,
one around.
when I'm 12, why
Why?
was it so important for me to
Because your
support my
neck was fine.
boobies?
Because you were growing.
Your neck was fine till you jumped off a cliff.
I was growing back then too.
You
I
were
was
growing. You're not growing now. Now
I'm
you're
just
just
saying
stupid.
nobody important
Jump
realize
off a
the importance
cliff.
of a freaking neck.
As hesitant as I am to say this, I am against them and backing you.
Thank you
They're
very
insane.
much. And they're not
Ha
trying.
ha.
They don't
Jamie.
care.
They're not. No, I will
That shows
take
you
it.
how
'cause
irrational you are.
The woman deserves
You
to
guys
have
are not trying. You think that was important for me to have a bra at 12?
and wear it around your
So
neck.
you
Only
have to
so
wear the
your
rest of your
boobs
life?
aren't down to your
I'm
knees
sorry, I can't
now.
understand you
And
guys
you're
because you're
used
talking at
to
the same
it.
time.
Yeah.
And you'll get a memo, haha. And today's meeting day.
And
But I'm going to hold the meeting.
it's not.
I'm going to hold the memo to the side of your head so you have to turn your head to read it, and then you'll die.
Well, you know what? I'm going to give it to Monica to make sure it's red.
Should I book your 6/12/05 tattoo too? Since you're back.
No more jumping off cliffs.
It was the date you jumped off the cliff, so you'll remember.
Now they're just mean and hurtful.
Because, you know what? That's the day she jumped and got hurt when she wears the neck brace that was meant for jumping.
Exactly.
You can tattoo that date when she's a millionaire from inventing a thing that will save the lives of jumpers who have a
I
slip.
have something
Hold
here.
on. Hold my breath.
Oh, I hate them.
You know you have to hold that for 30 seconds when you get a CT scan? And it's really scary. The guy goes,
I hate that.
hold your breath.
Wait, you know what?
Don't you panic then, like you're gonna breathe?
Breathe.
Let's just keep looking at Stench.
What are you going to do after this part is over?
How are you going to do that?
I mean, like, what are you going to do? How are you going to get out of this
Look
moment?
at the veins in your head.
What are you going to do?
You know, if you were...
I'm gonna freaking die before your invention comes out.
No, because somebody thought the tennis shoes was a bad idea, the bra, the jock supporter, whatever. I'm just saying we need to do something about the neck. It's a precious, precious thing that everybody takes for granted.
And Jack said, "Stop jumping off cliffs."
show business news in the world besides Michael Jackson.
Really?
Did you dig this? I love this so much. Paris Hilton says in 2 years she wants to retire. Did you read that?
Yeah, I saw that.
What does she do?
I don't know.
What does she do that's so damn taxing I just have to retire from it in the next 2 years? And did you know her fiance's name is Paris?
Yes. That it's Paris marrying Paris. It's
Where
a
have
whole
you been?
stupid, ridiculous.
I didn't
Yeah,
know.
I remember.
Well, yeah, I've been in rehab, and since I came home, I don't have TV. Yeah, I had no idea that her fiance's name was Paris. That's disgusting.
Right, because everything she does has to be stupid.
Is
Didn't
that the
realize
law?
it. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, she's marrying a Greek shipping tycoon, and I believe a billionaire, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Paris,
it's worth a
whatever
lot.
his name is. And so she's going to be a billionaire, so retire from being a multimillionaire.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
But you know who else is
It's a
retiring?
hard day for you,
Very
baby.
sad.
I'm sorry, what?
Destiny's Child retiring.
No.
Yes.
Is that so Beyonce can continue to be Beyonce?
It says, would you like me to read the quote? Because I know you're moved.
I am moved.
Yes.
We got to remember, I have like a rapper thug staying in my house, so I know all about these people.
I heard somebody saw me, and he doesn't look like a rapper or a thug. He looks like the Gaysian.
No. I don't know if they saw him or not.
That's what
Stench said. He
He's
said he's
6
a little wimpy guy.
He's 6 feet tall.
Well, the Stench, everybody's a little
Yeah,
wimpy
that's
guy.
true. No, but I mean, no, believe me, he's a wannabe thug with his hat turned sideways. He's not like a
Rump
gangster
Ranger?
thug.
You almost said Rump Ranger.
Well, he might be a rump ranger.
We have been working together as Destiny's Child since we were 9 and touring together since we were 14. After a lot of discussion and some deep soul searching, we realized that our current tour has given us the opportunity to leave Destiny's Child on a high note.
Can I translate? Beyonce wants all the cash for
Yep.
herself.
You know what's so funny, Jack? I was going to actually ask, can I translate? Just like that.
United in our friendship and filled with an overwhelming gratitude for our music, our fans, and each other. So there you go. That's what it says.
Yep.
And that's why their latest album was called Destiny Fulfilled.
You know who I like now, by the way, is that Sierra chick.
Oh.
She's really cool.
Step
she?
1, 2 girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know her. Where have I been?
She dances like so hypnotically. She really dances well. Although there were rumors she was a guy.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
weird. I don't
that's still
know.
hot though.
Here's something creepy. Remember that guy that was mauled by the chimpanzee that was his, and then they gave it back to a sanctuary or whatever?
Right.
And it was his birthday, and so he went out there, and then the other 2 chimps mauled him.
Mo, please, is the chimpanzee's name.
Mo.
Mo, please.
No, Mo is his name.
Just
But please
Mo.
don't, he's
Yeah.
not just any chimpanzee.
Use the name.
Kind of
Mo.
like Bowie.
What's Bowie?
Bowie's the talking gorilla.
Right.
Bowie.
That does the sign language.
That's the sign for Bowie. Bowie. I'm doing the sign for Bowie.
Who's Bowie?
I don't actually have to talk. Hey, Jack, who am I?
He's the talking gorilla.
Where?
Hey, Jack,
I
what's
don't
my
know.
name?
It's at some university
Bowie.
or something, and it does like 100 different signs.
Yeah.
And it has emotions and a cat. Like it'll tell you it's sad, and it has its own cat.
I don't know what you guys are saying. I feel
It's
left
just fun
out.
monkey trivia.
Yeah.
Why?
Hey, can I join in bear trivia? Can I give you some cool
Can
bear
I just
trivia?
finish the story?
If you want, it's not as good as Bowie.
God. We're looking at see where KTLA is placed this morning to maybe put gig out there. Where are they today?
Santa Maria.
It's too far.
Yeah, and he's going to have a hard time jumping.
Well, yeah, our very own gig. This is an injured morning show. Danny's out of rehab. I jumped off a cliff and, well, I landed wrong. I'm that girl. If you say go jump off a bridge, I will. Apparently.
Yeah, you are.
I know.
If your friends jumped off a bridge with you?
Yeah. And Stench has a snoring machine thing that he wears. And what's wrong with you, Jack? You're depressed.
I'm depressed, but I'm not physically injured because
You
I
let
just
me
sit
dip
at
off a
home in the
cliff.
dark. Ha ha.
Yeah, I'd like to join Jack. I did, in fact, just get out of rehab, but even my spirit is intact.
Okay, well, this was not an attack on Jamie. This was like more like, hey, the morning show's a ride today, blah, blah, blah. I was a sport. The doctor said, take 2 days off, and I'm in here complaining to you guys off the air.
Thank you.
Did you mention Gig's massive tumor?
That's where I was going with this. So anyway, the reason why Gig can't jump up and down on KTLA is because he had a massive tumor removed off of
45 pounds, I heard that.
Yeah,
That weight.
it was actually
They took it out in a wheelbarrow.
It was an underdeveloped twin. It was one of those things like Andy
Really?
Garcia had. Yeah,
Wow. Egg?
yeah.
Yeah. Gig and egg.
Gig and egg.
Anyway, so yeah, he just had a tumor removed, but Jack pointed out a very odd and I think interesting, but yet, gosh, priorities right where they should be kind of fact. And go ahead and share that with Danny.
Well, Gig knew he had that tumor, but he waited till Gay Pride was over to go in and have his surgery.
Oh,
It's
damn
like,
right.
No
Yeah.
way this tumor's affected my Gay Pride.
Nope.
Are you kidding? That tumor, that undeveloped twin, that's an icebreaker.
Yeah, exactly.
Hi, sailor. My name's Gig. I'm a little busy right now. Want to see my twin?
Yeah, and I find that I'm trying to get sympathy from my boyfriend and others, but I find that when I show my bruises, they just go, "Oh my God," and then walk off.
People are repelled.
You don't want to look at it.
I was
Or
really
repulsed.
surprised by it because I did say, "Oh my God," but I wanted to see them more because I've never seen bruises that bad on a person still walking around.
But
But most people went, "Oh my God,"
and then
ran
walked away. I'm looking for a little more love.
No, you actually are in one of those so hurt that you creep people out and they don't want to be around
I
you.
know
Yeah.
because I'm like walking like Mrs. Higgins.
No,
Remember her?
but you are bruised beyond belief.
Wasn't that Jason?
That's Jason's teacher,
Mrs. Higgins.
Mrs. Higgins.
She was also a character on Carol Burnett.
Oh.
That's true.
Mrs. Higgins.
Mrs. Higgins, she was a receptionist.
Yes, thank
Don't
you.
push the button, Mrs. Higgins.
That's one of those I won't ask the boyfriend. I'm sure he doesn't remember.
Yeah, no, you don't want.
No.
Carol Burnett will always be my hero, and because of something she did with the Jackson 5.
What was that, huh?
Want to know, really? Because she was friggin' genius.
What was it?
Remember that giant earthquake? It's well before you got here, like in the early 70s?
71.
71?
The Landers quake.
She was doing a skit where she was a school teacher, and the Jackson 5 were her disruptive students.
Yeah.
And so she's teaching the class on the blackboard, and the earthquake hits, and all the cameras start shaking, and the Jacksons dive under chairs, and you can hear the camera crew and everybody screaming, and she just stands there. And the second it's over, she looks at the class and goes, "See what can happen if you pay attention?" Doesn't miss a beat. That's a hero. That's a pro.
Jesus Christ, Dan. That was your hero moment?
You don't think that's an incredible pro? Looks for the best line while the earth is shaking?
Okay.
I was impressed.
I like what she did with her ear or her nose and tell her kids to go to bed.
It was
like-
hello to her grandmother.
I thought it was tell her kids to go to bed.
I thought so too, but they just did a biography on her.
Well, I think my parents lied to me because then they were like, see, she's telling you to go to bed.
Your parents lied to you a lot.
I know. They told me I could jump off cliffs and be fine.
You know what
In
I
fact,
like?
yesterday I was talking to my sister and I told her I jumped off this cliff. And she's like, well, you have to. And I'm like, hey, I know. I was there with you and I when we used to jump off cliffs. I'm aware of this.
You know what I
Trying to
enjoyed?
tell me how I'm supposed to jump off a cliff.
When Jonathan Anton said some innocuous remark about your dad, and you went, "My dad will come here and kill you."
No, not only that. I
That's
said
what I
he'd
was
take his
bitching.
shotgun and he'd put it up to your head and he'd shoot you and then he'd mount
mount
you
you.
on the wall and say, "There's Jonathan. I killed him."
I was very impressed with that.
Because my dad likes, hunting game.
I thought that was impressive. Stick up for your dad.
See that right there? That's one of the rare straight hairstylists like back there.
Exactly.
You think a 32-point buck's hard? I got me a heterosexual hairdresser.
Yeah, you got to mount that guy and put him up on the wall. We're proud of him in Southern Illinois.
Plus, if you skin that dude, there's some art.
Right.
Yeah, he had some good art on that guy.
And by the way, speaking of Father's Day is on Sunday, so don't forget that whatever you need to get, you probably need to get it now and get it in the mail if they live far away from you, or as in Jack's case, if you don't know where they are.
Right.
Are you going to send something?
No, I never sent. I sent stuff to my wife's dad yesterday because I take care of that kind of stuff, but I don't.
Not even a card
No.
for Papa?
No.
Oh, that's sad.
We're doing Father's Day this year at the Bonaducci house.
Yeah.
We're going to do Father's Day and Mother's Day and birthdays. I realize that just because I don't care about them doesn't mean other people don't.
Wow, Dan, that's really big of you finally.
Thank you.
I mean, one kid's like in college now.
Well, I mean, it's been a lifelong belief that I've had that I refuse to get emotionally involved because somebody said it's a day. But you know what? Other people care.
Children's birthdays.
No, kids' birthdays, I never forget. I even went to Isabella's choral practice yesterday. Dashed out of here and went to see her choir. It was very exciting.
Oh, and she sang? Why,
Yeah.
why now? Why in the middle of June?
Don't know.
Yeah, what's
For
going
the
on?
light and
Was it a Father's Day thing?
No, and I got the message
out,
from
like, next
Monica.
week?
Yeah, when is school out?
This week.
No, I don't know. I think
Some kids go
they go to the
year-round, though.
24th or something.
My kid's out Friday.
Really? Maybe it was an end of the year sing-along.
Maybe, but I got a message from Monica saying, call your wife right away. It's important.
Why is my assistant calling you?
Because she called the hotline. Gretchen called the hotline. It was during the show. And said, and when I hear emergency during the show, of course, my imagination runs wild. But apparently Isabella forgot to tell us about the singing thing and was in the office crying that her parents wouldn't be there. So we dashed.
You sure that's our only problem that day?
Yep. She's got all sorts of other problems, but she keeps them to herself at school because they'll take her from us.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, the thing I didn't get to tell you a while ago is, remember Mo the chimp?
Yeah.
Well, after 12 surgeries and more than 3 months in a coma, a man brutally mauled by 2 chimpanzees is slowly getting better, and doctors have taken him out of the induced coma and removed his breathing tube to speed his recovery. Now, here's the deal. There's this big thing, because I guess the lady at the sanctuary doesn't want Mo anymore, but they want to keep Mo there, and it's like...
Shoot Mo.
It's
No,
like,
remember,
yeah.
Mo didn't do the
Mo
attack.
didn't do it.
Oh, Mo didn't do the attack.
Mo was receiving a birthday cake while 2 other chimps ripped
okay.
this guy's testicles
Got
off.
jumped.
Well, let me tell you what it says exactly. While Davis was celebrating Mo's 39th birthday with his wife, LaDonna, 2 other male chimps escaped their cages, chewed off most of his face, tore off his foot, and attacked his limbs and genitals. They were shot and killed, those 2.
Good.
This guy, by the way, is having severe, horrible, graphic, awful nightmares now.
Oh, bet.
Well, I mean, isn't that awful? I mean, all this stuff happens to you, and now you can't even get a good night's rest.
I one time got stared at by a hairy guy. I had nightmares
I
for a
just
week.
say that sentence like I was. I can't get a good night's rest, Dad.
Take Unisum.
Like he doesn't have some other problems going on, like no
I know.
face and
You know, Jack, I'm worried about his good night's sleep.
I ran and I got my bear story.
Okay.
I was reading that magazine they have for do interviews, and it says, do a really humorous interview with dentist. I mean, they have just the stupidest stuff in here. But listen to this. Do a show on the chilling death of grizzly bear expert Timothy Treadwell. This guy was just a land breaking or whatever that word is I'm looking for. Bear
Explorer?
expert. Yeah.
Or
and
whatever.
he went and he lived with these bears, and it was like a big deal because he was the only man that could do it. And then, of course, they ate him and his girlfriend on camera.
Oh, on camera?
Uh,
Now that's a reality show, Dan.
no
Why don't you
kidding.
guys do that?
Dude, if they'll give me a season 2,
Jeez.
bear eating, that's not hard to pull off.
Yeah, you should get yourself a bear. Trade in the dog for a bear.
I'm afraid I'm done now. So we're going to have to live with what we got.
Damn it to hell. I want a bear attack.
I'll do it.
Or that, what's Siegfried and Roy? I was just waiting
I'll
to
attack
happen.
Roy. I'll bet I could take him.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Siegfried. Which one?
You're
Roy?
doing it, Roy.
Don't.
You're
Jack.
doing it, Roy. You're so good. You're doing it.
Okay, there's no laughing aloud on the show because chest wall, very sensitive. Bruised heart. Oh.
You're doing it, Jamie. You're doing it.
I was just thinking is kind of sad is how other people are affected when you have a beef with someone. For example, we have a beef with the publicist of The Insider and Entertainment Tonight.
Right.
So we have a huge beef with her. And listen who has to pay.
Message Sunday, 8:34 p.m.
Hey, it's me. I'm so into
Pat
you.
O'Brien.
And you have to pay attention to Betsy, but let's have fun. I want to you and suck you and
Oh,
watch you. Betsy,
he means it,
and
Dan.
Yeah, he does.
He wants some action.
I'm so into you.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
incredible. Check this message and then just say to me,
Yes. Yes. Just say yes.
hire a hooker. Let's get crazy, get some coke. Hire a hooker. Let's get crazy, get some
Yep. So anyway, whoa. So sorry. It's just a shame that the publicist. What?
Ceasefire.
No, I like it.
Ceasefire.
Ceasefire. I have an immediate emergency update.
Oh, let me get immediate. Okay.
This is huge.
But wait a minute. Hold on. Here's what I know so far. We don't like the publicist, and then she doesn't like us because she said we're the first people to play the Pat O'Brien stuff. So I figure, hey, let's just keep playing it and keep playing it.
And that was the war. We would play it until she called and
What was
apologized.
her name?
Her name was Lisa Summer Sausage.
That's right.
Okay. I just got
I like to
word
call her
from
crazy
another
bitch.
publicist over there that who's actually cool, that Pat O'Brien is calling the show in less than an hour, in about 7:30, so about 40 minutes.
You swear to God?
They say Pat's going to call himself to squash the beef, to end this war.
Wow.
Well, why don't we, along with Pat, call that chick and squash her beef?
I have a feel. I felt, honestly, when I heard Pat was calling, I was like, wow, I feel bad for Pat. I mean, Kate, it's his fault. He did what he did. We talked about it. It was news. In my opinion, we did
Right.
the thing. Then it was over and dead, and this dumbass publicist opened her mouth and created all this crap for Pat again. And I don't know if he feels responsible that if, he hadn't done what he did in the first place, she wouldn't be in this predicament.
Well, obviously,
So,
yeah.
yeah, he's stepping up right now and taking a bullet for
Like
his
a
team.
man, yeah.
So
I
Pat's calling.
say that we get Pat to call Lisa, what's her name?
Summer Sausage.
Right.
Sausage.
7:30, Pat O'Brien.
We were
calling in.
waiting for this. We were
That's
waiting to
pretty
have
balls
something
out.
on you. We are waiting. You guys played that Pat stuff. We're waiting. Oh, okay.
Yeah, wait for this.
Yeah, but you got to give Pat some credit.
I'm giving Pat credit. I felt bad for Pat, really. I mean, it's not the second time around. This isn't his fault that it's coming out. That it's hitting him
No,
like
it's
this.
it's all about the publicist.
The Summer Sausage.
Yeah, she's the one that decided to make this a little war
Right.
at Pat's expense.
He did his time in rehab, much like the Dan, and is coming out doing a great job, and then somebody else opened fire on us. So I got to give Pat some credit.
Yeah. So Pat's. I guess he's stepping up. 7:30. We'll see how it goes, but the war could be
This
over.
might be uncomfortable.
Cease fire right now. I say we cease fire till 7:30.
Can we play one last time?
No.
Why?
Cease fire.
That way we just play one last time and I don't have to play it again.
We're
And that
in-
way
We're in a ceasefire, and then we're gonna iron this out with Pat. It's all gonna be cool.
I know, but
I'm with Stench on the ceasefire.
I'm gonna be uncomfortable.
It's gonna be uncomfortable because we killed him.
I know, but you know what? I mean,
But you know what? And Pat has no beef with us. Oh, now he might.
Crazy. Get some coke.
I didn't play it. Jack played it.
Jack, knock it off.
I can't stop it. It's so good.
Stop it.
Hire a hooker.
It's because Lisa Summer
Hey!
Sausage reminded me.
Cease fire.
Yeah, because Summer Sausage reminded him.
The war is on hold.
Ah, hell.
We
Right,
will-
there's a tenuous peace treaty.
But there could be a total breakdown. I mean, at 7:30, negotiations with Pat O'Brien could fall apart, and the war could be back on at 7:35.
Well, I don't know.
But
what-
until then, let's call a ceasefire.
We're at peace right
hey,
now.
Pat. Like, I got to practice.
We're at
Hey,
peace
Pat.
with the insider.
And Pat. Yo, Pat. Hey, something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Pat.
Hey, how you doing? You look real
Okay.
good since you got out of rehab.
And by the way,
Pat.
for someone to get Pat to call this show after all that's happened, what kind of hell do you think Lisa Summer Sausage got yesterday?
Yeah.
Probably none. She probably wiggled her way out of it and said, I never said that. That's what people do. They lie. And they wiggle their way
Why
out
would
of
we
it.
make this up?
Huh?
Why would we make this up
And
just
how would we
re-attack
know her
Pat?
name?
You guys asked me what.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't have the rest of the answers. I'm
Let's
just
ask
saying what
Pat.
she did.
I think she got a lot of crap
Me too.
because that's a bad PR move for a PR person.
Yeah, to bring all that crap back up, in our opinion.
Yeah, to talk that way to a show that is not written.
Yeah,
You know,
she
we can
should be
do
doing
anything.
PR for Tom Cruise right now.
Yeah.
She's right up on that.
By the way,
angle.
I remember that lady called yesterday and said Katie Holmes was on Regis and Kelly, and
Right.
it was just stuttering through the whole interview and didn't know when they met and all that. I mean, what is going on?
She's converting
Yeah,
I know.
she's converting to Scientology.
Oh, well, good.
from Catholicism.
By the way, this just handed to me too. Oh, move. I should just move it towards my son.
I thought you could be a Catholic Scientologist. I didn't think they made you give up.
Oh, she's going to classes.
Oh, are you guys done?
No, I don't know.
Looking at you.
I was just waiting for.
Well, I know you can be a Catholic Buddhist. You don't have to convert to Buddhism.
If you're Catholic, you have to be Catholic, and that's it. You take on anything else, you're not really Catholic anymore. Catholics are very strict.
So you have some
Yes,
breaking
they are.
news.
Yes, I do. Thank you, Jack. Tickets for that London show, the big old London
Live
show.
8?
Yeah.
Yeah, I always want to call it Live Aid, but it's Live 8.
Right.
Live
Correct?
8.
Listen to this. Somebody just wrote me a email and told me that if we looked on eBay right now, the tickets are going for $2,700.
Wow.
And they just started putting them up on eBay because I think they set records with, you had to text message to get tickets in Europe.
Right.
And they set records with the amount of text messages they got. So
They
I bet
say
the
it
prices
doesn't
will
include
go up.
airfare and the hotel. It's just the tickets alone, $2,700. So if you got this, was like so far it's like going to be like worth $10,000.
Yeah, easily.
Holy
At
hell,
850,
Batman.
we're giving away a pair.
Yeah, we
pair.
are. Anyway, so it's the not Live Aid. It's called Live Aid. And also another thing just handed to me, which is Michael Jackson also might perform. That's what they're saying.
Now, that's
No.
good PR.
That-
That's not Lisa Summer Sausage
Well,
doing his PR
yeah,
then.
at least
It's somebody's summer sausage.
Nah.
Michael Jackson might do. They don't know for sure. They're just they're just kind of talking about. They were talking about before he was acquitted.
You know, the biggest bands in the world will be there, and he'll overshadow everything.
Even overshadow Pink Floyd, who will perform for the first time in more than 20 years.
Yes, I think
Michael,
so.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge too, though.
That's
Pink
huge.
Floyd, yeah.
And you too, even though they tour a lot, that's one of the biggest touring bands in the world.
This thing's going to be like Woodstock, where it'll be something that people talk about
For the rest of their
for the rest
lives.
of their
Yeah.
It's going to be that big an
You'll
event.
tell your grandchildren I was at Live 8.
Right.
It'll kind of be like me watching Danny with that huge booger hanging out of his nose and like actually dry heaving right now and trying to figure out how I can go through this break.
Is this something that's happening right now?
Yes.
You're crazy.
Ugh. I just want you guys to know that you guys are really, really hot and that you do really great job on the show.
Thank you.
And and you're good dressers.
Thank you.
It says if you want to make the men around you nicer and more romantic, they actually say your husband, but I don't have one of those. Nicer and more romantic, boost their ego. It may sound simplistic, but it works. Offer constant reminders about how attractive that you find him. You guys are really, really hot.
I swear to God, I've been telling Gretchen this.
How he makes you feel good. You guys make me feel good. And how well you guys do even small and non-sexual things. You do non-sexual things really well.
I've totally been telling my wife this. Appreciate me. Just tell me I look good today or something.
Compliments more than criticism can make a man more romantic. Now, here's the problem with this. A lot of women don't want their husbands to be more romantic.
There you go. That's true.
Thus the criticism. Keep going, girls.
Yeah, the last thing Gretchen wants is me more romantic.
Yeah, so don't compliment them. Then they get all amorous and they'll jump on you. And
You know what she actually
hump you
said
and
to me
stuff.
recently? Do you have any idea how much money you spend on candles? That's what she said to me because I had a bunch of candles lit.
Why do you spend a lot of money on candles?
Because I think it's romantic.
You should wait and go to Pier 1 on the first Tuesday of every month. And if you have a Pier 1 credit card, you get like 20% off.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
Plus,
not a bad
whatever
call.
on top of whatever they're already on sale. There's candle talk. You're on the air. So there you go.
Can you imagine that though, Jack? Well, maybe Sparkles might say that to you. You're spending an awful lot of money on candles.
Here's the thing. I don't know about you, but one of those candles burns about 80 hours. I don't know how many you need.
I light like 50.
Okay, well, that might be excessive.
I put them all the way
What
around
are
the
you
top.
lighting
Okay.
tea lights?
Not to delve into the dance
I don't want to
problem.
go into the
I know, I've
candle
been-
thing. But I have had candles and I light them all the time, and
Right.
I don't get
But
it.
here's the thing. What we might want to deal with
Yeah.
with the Dan is the overboard aspect of
Maybe,
doing things.
maybe.
You know, like
Right.
maybe you went a little overboard with the candles. Like sometimes you go a little
Are
overboard
you lighting
with the
tea
buttons.
lights?
Let's see. No. Big scented, beautiful candles.
Like a dash of
That are
cologne
like
smells good. A whole
30
bunch is
right.
obnoxious.
They don't smell bad. I think it's just the money because they're expensive
Right,
candles.
because they're like 30 or 40 bucks a pop, and the Dan, instead of getting one or two, needs 50
If
or
one's
something.
romantic, 50 is over romantic.
Let me think about it. To ring the entire
I'm not
tub.
gonna play this, but I know this that I have them all lit up, and you guys saw it at my party in the fireplace. So I have that many candles, and it's not an issue.
No, it's an issue in my house.
Why?
Because she.
Why am I asking?
Because either she thinks it costs money or thinks that's the way to get me to not do it. I think in real life she just thinks it's a waste of time. Because all these candles.
Well,
I'll bet I have
you
to.
have a toddler. Like, I mean, how old is Dante?
I bet I have to put out. Oh no, I do it at the right time. It's not like I do it with just kids running around my house because they can catch fire. I think that I didn't think about it that way. She says money, but I bet she's thinking, oh, I know he wants sex.
Right, and also a candle might not be the appropriate band-aid for the real problems. And
Yeah.
she might think that you're trying to oversimplify your
That's
issues
kind of
by lighting some candles.
an insult, really.
Now, how did you get there?
Well, because really, I mean, you cheated on her. You effed up so bad you're in rehab, and you think lighting a few candles is going to do
No,
the trick.
but I think lighting a few candles is a start. I think yesterday.
How about not doing
yesterday,
it?
Sunday, I made her breakfast in bed. I mean, that's also not a Band-Aid, but it was a nice thing to have done. You know, I just try and do nice
She also knows
things.
that these are just like temporary Dan moments.
I don't know that that's true.
I do.
Well, you're not married to me.
No, but I've been with you 7 years, and I know how we go into these little moments of Dan is great, and then tomorrow Dan's not so
No,
good.
romance has been pretty solid on my part. I do other bad things. I'll give you that. But romance is kind of a constant with me. It's a thing I like and enjoy.
I hate to interrupt this gay moment with Bonaducci,
Yes.
but we do have official confirmation. That was Pat O'Brien just called the hotline and said, I'm calling at 7:30, and he's listening and is confirmed, and the ceasefire is in full effect.
Pat, you might want to try to fire that. What's her name?
Lisa Summer Sausage.
Lisa Summer Sausage. She's a nut job, allegedly.
Yeah.
And then give your 2 cents on Dan and his candles.
Yeah. Dan came out of
Did
rehab a
that
little
fix
more.
your life?
I don't know if it fixed life, but it fixed the night.
Do you know what it means if I light a candle?
What?
I farted. I'm romantic.
I just use a lighter.
And trust me, his wife's not complaining about the cost of the candle.
No.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
That's more like light a match.
Well, you know what, though? Can I just tell you, not to get on the fart topic either.
Sorry.
But, it's far better than those people that use Glade to, like, somehow make it better. And all it is a fart with Glade.
Yeah. It's a hash with rose-colored
Yeah,
glasses.
it's a natural gas smell with, like, some Glade around it. And, ugh. This is nasty. That's
Hey,
all.
I make an effort.
Yeah, me too.
And she doesn't say you spend too much money on candles?
No.
No.
She buys me new ones
Yeah.
that smell better because they lose their scent after, like, just sitting around for, like, a week. They're dead.
Here's the deal. What do fathers really want for Father's Day? What dad wants most is to have a day free from any pressure, even the pressure of having a perfect day. It says fathers say they would really appreciate no deadlines, no hassles, no chores, no having to fix anything, and no rushing around to make Father's Day happen. Happen?
Yep.
I want to make Father's Day
This is
happen.
the first year I'm doing Father's Day. Don't tell me that.
Oh, I'm on a schedule already. I got my schedule last night.
See, you're not supposed to take this home to your wife. You're no rushing around on Father's Day.
I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place on Father's Day on a huge schedule.
See, I'm telling you, give her this. I'm not. It's Father's Day. I'm supposed to relax.
I think we're doing a picnic.
Because you have what? You have all those in-laws.
Yeah, I gotta.
See, that's a good thing
first
about
I have to
those suckers dying off or
Yeah.
getting a divorce.
Pick up my kid, my son, who's not with me, but it's Father's Day, so I get him. So I go get my son. Then I gotta go home, do Father's Day with my kids, and then go see my dad. And now there's a barbecue with my in-laws that evening.
You know how we did that show one day, the dumbest thing you've ever argued about? I mean, I'm in a little a bit of a tiff because somebody didn't bother to set the alarm when they moved the alarm clock, which I still think is the dumbest thing ever because you'd think that when you move the alarm clock, you'd set the alarm.
Yes, you would.
You just think you would. So anyway, it's dumb. It's not worth it. Whatever. I'll probably let it go. Maybe not.
Yeah.
I might hold on to it for a
Because
while.
we've all agreed it means he doesn't love you.
Right, exactly. That he could care less what I think because he knows the bitch will set the alarm. Anyway, but so the deals, and Dan got in a little tiff with his wife because the wife said, hey, you're spending too much money on candles. But my favorite out of all these, the alarm clock fight, the candle fight, my favorite out of all of them is, hey, that's not a wicker couch. Stop calling it a wicker couch.
Oh, yeah. It's not wicker.
It's seagrass.
Stench and his wife got in a humongous argument because he says it's wicker. And they got it at Pottery Barn. He says, I'm a big fat man. How dare you get wicker? It bends with me in it.
And it breaks.
And she said, I can't believe, well, you tell him.
Yeah. She tells me about her great new couch, which, by the way, was expensive. 'Cause
Right.
Pottery Barn's stupid.
Yeah, Pottery Barn's
I
expensive.
like Pottery Barn.
Of course you do, because
So
you
do
go
I.
buy candles there with your gay friend Dan.
Yes,
No,
I do.
don't. I get them on the, didn't you hear? The first Tuesday of every month at Pier 1 because I have a Pier 1 card. It's 20%
Pier
off.
1, Pottery Barn.
I go to Pottery Barn.
Same thing
First
to a
Tuesday
real
every
man.
month.
And
Anyway.
Illuminations in the Glendale Galleria.
That's
Exactly.
overpriced. That's crazy money
She
for
gets
candles.
this couch. It's delivered. The guys come in. They load it off the truck, and it's in 5 pieces. It's a 5-piece section. It's a big-ass couch. And she goes, isn't it great? And I said,
You have a 5-piece sectional wicker couch.
it's effing wicker.
The
And-
pit group has changed.
Yeah.
And she said, this isn't wicker. It's seagrass. I'm like, what the hell is seagrass? It's freaking wicker for the new millennium.
I only know seagrass as in this woven carpet stuff that you can get to use it as carpet.
It's braided, whatever it is. It's braided fat wicker. That's what it is. It's a damn wicker. And I leaned on it, and it went... And I was like, oh, crap.
I thought he said it was
couch.
wheatgrass and that you could drink it and get that buzz going.
No, it's fat wicker.
Yeah.
Fat wicker.
It's wicker that's exploded, he says.
It's fat wicker that's braided.
So didn't you
It's
say
wicker.
that this argument went on all weekend? Like, you don't like the couch, right?
She's seriously pissed off that I didn't like this expensive Pottery Barn wicker couch.
But did she ask you if you liked it?
I have no say in anything in the house. She asked me to move the old couch to make room for the new one.
So
Yeah, real men don't have say in the house.
wouldn't it have been easier just to say you like the couch?
No, it's wicker. There's wicker in my living room.